Did you know that Sicily is the largest island in the Mediterranean Sea?
Follow along while we explore this unique Italian region.
So we're going to Sicily.
We'll be there very soon. It's a very small body of water between the mainland and the island.
That is where my Italian heritage is from, so I'm super excited. It's my first time there. Looking forward to it.
Cefalu is a coastal city an hour's drive from Palermo and is a Sicilian tourist hotspot. Cefalu has been in existence since at least 396 BC and was initially a Greek settlement. This scenic spot has a unique vista with Italian terraces perched above the crystal blue Mediterranean Sea. The historic quarter has many shops to browse and a great selection of restaurants clustered around the city's beating heart, which is undoubtedly the Duomo. The Duomo is a gigantic cathedral which was commissioned by the Normans in the 12th century.
Cefalu also has a beautiful beach, which is a great spot to cool off from the intense Sicilian heat. There are even a few beach clubs where you can rent a sun lounger for the day. This is certainly one of the most unique coastal cities that we have visited.
We loved Le Chat Noir so much that we had dinner there twice. Our favourite pick here was the pasta alla norma, a local Sicilian dish made with eggplant and tomatoes.
We stayed at Calette N.5, which had an exclusive access to a picturesque cove as well as a beach club pontoon. We spent most of our time in Cefalu enjoying the hotel's amenity, relaxing by the pool and sipping on cocktails. We took advantage of the paddle boards on offer at our hotel to do something a little bit different and explore the coast from a unique perspective. We got to explore some caves and rock formations and managed to only fall off twice.
The water is just so clear. Look at it. Like a lake.
We had read that a boat trip would be a great way to see Cefalu, and so we hopped on a boat for a half-day tour. We had a great day sailing around the limestone cliffs of the Cefalu coastline, and we also got to see the city from the ocean and had a few stops to jump into the beautiful water.
So it's our last morning in Cefalu. We've had such a lovely time here. We're staying at Calette N.5. We think it's such a great spot. It has the best amenities and access to the most beautiful cove in Cefalu.
Which we know now because we did the boat trip that went all along the coastline. It's confirmed that we definitely have the best spot to swim here, the most picturesque part of the coastline. So yeah, we definitely come back here. I don't know that we'd stay in the 5-star section again because we can stay at the 4-star for about $150, $200 less per night and still use all the same amenities, and you spend so little time in your room at these kind of resorts. You're always by the beach or by the pool that you don't really need a great room. You just use all the good facilities and save a bit of money.
In Taormina, we stayed at one of the most beautiful hotels we have ever stayed at, called Sant'Andrea. This was actually a villa that was initially owned by a wealthy Englishman, built in the 1800s. You could really feel the opulence when you walked around this luxurious estate. Sant'Andrea has exclusive access to the southernmost part of Mazzaro Beach. It also has a great pool with a gorgeous view of the ocean.
Still blown away. How amazing. It's genuinely like a postcard. So I'm just not even going to sleep in the bed tonight. I think I might just sleep out here. Enjoying it.
The town of Taormina dates back to before 740 BC and was established as an ancient Greek colony. Because of its landmark historical theatre, Taormina actually has a fascinating history of being a little bit of a bohemian destination. Before the turn of the 20th century, Taormina became known for being a welcoming haven for artists and interesting personalities from all across Europe. The town also attracted tourists from the very wealthiest families of Italy. You can definitely feel a different vibe here than in the rest of Sicily. You're never very far from a 5-star hotel or a designer store. We need to make a special mention of the best arancinis in Taormina, found at Da Cristina. Trust us, we've tried a few.
The Theatre of Taormina is an ancient Greek theatre, originally built in the 3rd century BC, and with its high setting atop Taormina, it enjoys splendid views along the whole Calabrian and Ionian coast. Under Roman rule, the theatre was rebuilt, and then again was remodelled in the 3rd century AD and turned into an arena for gladiator battles and could hold up to 10,000 spectators. While the spectacular views remain, there are however no more gladiator battles, with the theatre now used for the Taormina art festivals, and while we were there it was being transformed to host an Italian film festival.
We've eaten so much fantastic food in Sicily that we thought we should learn how to cook some and take some home to Australia and be able to enjoy the taste of Sicily from home. So we're doing a cooking class today, cooking with Massimo. But first things first, we're heading to the markets to buy the fresh produce and then heading back to Massimo's home kitchen to start the cooking. We made a grave error though. We've had a massive breakfast and we got there and he said, I hope you haven't eaten too much because we're gonna eat a lot of food today. So we'll see how we go. Food was actually so nice.
It was delicious and it wasn't too hard if we could recreate that at home with minimal effort.
Hopefully. I was really surprised at how little seasoning we used, but it was still so flavoursome. What was it? It was a white fish, caponata, alla norma pasta.
It's like an eggplant, tomato-based pasta.
A baked, sort of crumbed baked calamari, so not fried but baked, but it was really yum.
Yeah, that was delicious.
But yeah, we got to roll home now and probably no dinner.
We'll see.
While looking out at the coastline from our hotel was spectacular, it was even more amazing to take a boat trip and be able to look back at the shore and get a proper appreciation of how incredible the town of Taormina actually is, with the colourful buildings densely perched upon the steep mountainside. This boat trip was complimentary with our stay and took us on a 45-minute coastline tour past the most luxurious hotels in Taormina and the famous Isola Bella beach.
Our final stop in Sicily was Agrigento, where we decided to head straight to the Turkish Steps. The Turkish Steps are made up of rocky cliffs formed by white marl rock near the city of Agrigento. This limestone rock formation has the appearance of a staircase, hence the name. The reference to Turkey derives from the frequent pirate raids by Turkish pirates during the Middle Ages. The view is truly special and unlike anything we've ever seen before. This was a wonderful spot to watch our first sunset in Agrigento.
The main reason for coming here was to visit the Valley of Temples, which is where we're walking through right now.
It is spectacular. It's a series of Greek temples. I think there's about 5 for us to visit today, but there used to be 22. Yeah. It's like Athens on steroids. Instead of just the one temple, there's a multitude of them, and it's just amazing in this valley of nature. So no other buildings around. It's really incredible.
They say it takes about 2 to 3 hours to do the full tour, so we'll see how long it takes us today, but make sure you do it either early in the morning or late in the afternoon because it can get very, very warm.
We're very hot.
Very exposed here in the sun, so early morning or late afternoon and dedicate 3 hours. This has certainly been one of our favourite archaeological sites that we've visited, and every site we come to like this, I'm just blown away that thousands and thousands of years ago that they were able to construct what they constructed when even with modern day technology it'd be so tough. So we've learnt that these engravings in the stones were actually used as part of a pulley system to pull them onto the timber carts that they were used to transport these stones. But even then, like on a timber cart with timber wheels, I've absolutely no idea how that supported all these, and they're actually able to bring them from so far away to these sites here for construction. I can only imagine how many thousands and thousands of slaves it used to do it, but it's still ridiculously impressive.
Being the place of my own family heritage, I was extremely excited to visit Sicily for the first time, and despite my high expectations, I was still blown away with its natural beauty. Being a coastal destination with fascinating historical significance, Sicily truly has it all.
If you want to sip cocktails by turquoise waters one day and walk through an archaeological site the next, Sicily should be right at the top of your bucket list.